Hey, it's Dub Glock 23, and doing a little VR here for the one and only The Real Cobra Burnout. Boom. And he wants to know, he just wants to know a story about, maybe with the buds in a bar or whatever, hanging out with the dudes, drinking, getting into a little bit of something. Well, I'm gonna start off with the most recent, I guess. I mean, I've got several. I had a wild childhood, but and growing up as a teenager and stuff, Lord knows I like to get into quite a bit of trouble. But mainly, I decided to stick with this this most recent story because, well, I still had a little more memory of it, and it just seemed like a pretty interesting tale. So here goes. Well, buddy calls me up and he says, "Look, man, they got a new moonshine place down in Pigeon Forge. It's another area of Tennessee. If y'all ever heard of Dollywood, it's kind of where Dollywood's at, and it's called Smoky Moonshine, Old Smoky Moonshine." And he said, "Man, you ain't got to pay nothing to get in. You can try they make little mixed drinks and little bitty shooters for you. They would make like a creamsicle and a blueberry pie and an apple pie and straight up white lightning, and then they would do like a candy cane. And I mean, there was bartenders all the way around all four sides of this bar, and there was little lines of folks, gathered up around the bar. Well, we got in line there, and you're expected to kind of leave a tip when you get done drinking. So we started drinking, we went through the 8 or 10 little shot glasses, and I started feeling a little buzz coming on. And I was like, man, a free buzz don't happen to a man every day. So we looked around a little bit of their merchandise and filled us up a bag full of stuff that we kind of wanted to have there. And we continued to pop back on the other side of the bar and get in line again. Well, this happened over and over and over 3 or 4 times, and we would always tip the bartender real good. And man, the drinks were good. The moonshine was awesome. It was tasting awesome. We was already starting to kind of slur words and talk to each other about, man, I'm getting hungry. What do you want to eat, man? I'm thinking about wanting to eat a little something, ain't you? Yeah, let's eat something. And it was in like a shopping center, a big old, it was almost like a multi-store shopping center type deal where they had really nice restaurants and like an arcade and a different little shops set up around this area. And the Smoky Mountain Moonshine was on the corner. And we don't live too far away from there. It was maybe like an hour and a half drive, and we wasn't planning on staying. We was planning on driving back. Well, from our truck where we parked, we had to take a little trolley ride to get to this, to the shopping center. And so neither one of us really wanted to get back on that trolley, and we had to use the restroom. So we went into the restroom. Well, next thing I know, here old boy is, my buddy Germ. He's puking all over himself. I mean, puke down the front of his shirt, and he comes out just with this look on his face like, man, help me. I didn't know what else to do, so I started taking his jacket off of him, and I had it under the sink trying to wash the puke off his jacket with napkins. And, well, dude was in there cleaning the bathroom. Squirt, 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 cleaning the bathrooms, and I noticed he was talking on a walkie-talkie. And he was like, "Yeah, spotted the 2 of them. They're in here in the bathroom. I've got a visual of both of them. What would you like me to do?" And I grabbed him up and I said, "Man, we have got to go. We got to get out of here." Well, we walked out of the bathroom, and I noticed 2 security guards on the end of the row, and they were following us as we walked. Well, he was like, "Man, I want to go this way." And I said, "No, dude, we need to go this way." And I kept looking over my shoulder. I was drunk, but I didn't necessarily understand how drunk. Well, there were Christmas lights set up and a big old water fountain. And like I said, this was a shopping center, but it was geared more towards adults. However, there were kids there, and we found out later on. Well, we got to to the corner to walk back into the moonshine place, and these two police officers, security guard type dudes, stopped us, and they said, "Excuse me, boys, come here, come here." And they done had my buddy collared when I turned around. They done grabbed him by the back of the shoulder, and I hear him saying, "Yeah, we've been drinking in there for free. I mean, hell, we've done all kinds of damn moonshine in there. We've just been drinking for free." You know, he was bragging about it. And this dude, if you knew him, you would know he's very, very quiet. He don't say nothing. I expected him to leave it up to me to explain it to the cops. Well, they started laughing, and they was telling us, you know, you guys got three choices. You can go in here and eat a little bit and sober up. You can get back, you can get a motel, or you can go to jail. And we wasn't planning on paying for a motel, but I got some money out of my pocket, and I said, "Look, man, I got like 75, you know, $80. And he had about the same. Well, it ended up costing us about $100 for a room for the night, but we still didn't plan on stopping drinking. So we was like, "Yeah, we'll go in here and get us a bite to eat." Well, little did I know they'd done spoke with the manager in there, and the manager was under strict circumstances, or under strict orders by those two police officers to not serve us any alcohol. And I sat down and I said, "Yeah, I'll have 2 Coors Lights," 2 big tall boys. And they's like, "Okay." Well, they come back about 15 minutes later with the manager, and the manager's like, "Cops told me not to serve you 2 guys, but nice try," you know. And he was laughing, and they was laughing. Well, I decided to sneak off and go back to the arcade. I snuck out of the back and went around and was playing basketball and little games in the arcade, you know, and chilling. Well, I came back to check on him, and he'd done ate a big old steak and some onion rings, and I think we ordered some cheese sticks for like an appetizer, and that was all I ate. So basically we came out of there, and we decided to get on the trolley and go back to the truck. Well, that's when my memory kind of sort of goes blank. The next thing I know, I'm falling face first off this trolley, and I'm looking up at everybody stepping down like, "God, please help me, you know, help me up." I tripped off the bottom step and just busted face on the concrete. And well, basically we woke up the next morning. I had somehow drove us to a hotel. Thank God we got there safe. But I had made it to the hotel room, and it was cold in there, and somehow the heater ended up full blast. I used the restroom. I kind of remember doing that, and I passed out on one bed, and he passed out on another. Well, all the while, my fiance texting, ringing my phone off the hook, not knowing what's happened to us. I promised her I wouldn't drink that much. You know, I'm a 30-year-old man. I didn't need to be out there getting wasted and staying all night somewhere and leaving my family here at home. And that's exactly what I done. Well, I woke up and I felt like crap for letting them down and for not letting them know where I was at and that I was at least safe at a hotel room, you know. But still to this day, I cannot stand the flavor of Smoky Mountain moonshine. I can't, if I smell, now real moonshine's a different story, but they're 80 to 100 to 120 proof. Factory produced moonshine is totally different, but still to this day, I can't even smell of it without wanting to get sick. And basically, I picked out a little shirt while we was there, and it says it all. When you go to Old Smoky Moonshine and you go around the bar 6 or 8 times and you drink 8 shooters apiece, one right after another, and then another, and then another, and then another, it adds up. And then, well, sip happens, you know. Kind of like the old saying, but, you know, not quite. And Old Smoky Moonshine, this is a plug for them. Tennessee Moonshine. Well, sip sure happened to us that night. I'm glad we didn't go to jail, and I'm glad my fiance's finally forgiven me. I ain't touched hardly any moonshine since then, and don't really plan to. But this was for the Real Cobra Burnout, and this was Dub Glock 23. This was my VR for you for just a funny bar story. And hope you liked it. If y'all ain't heard of the Real Cobra Burnout, which I'm sure you have, because he's kind of a big deal. I mean, you know, boom. But anyway, check out the Real Cobra Burnout. Dub Glock 23 signing off. Y'all take her easy.